I think that
Yeah, wherever y'all want to sit. Welcome, welcome. I feel like one of our brochures got
Thank you all for being here today. I'm Lindsay Palmer. I'm this year's Hopkins County United Way president. So I just want to, again, welcome you all. Thank you for being here. We're going to move through this as quickly as possible. I know most of you have already eaten, but I'm going to go ahead and pray for your food and just kind of welcome our meeting. Dear Lord, thank you for every person in this room, for their willingness to serve, for just for taking the time to be here and spend it with us. I just pray that every interaction that they have as they're handing out packets and picking them back up is a positive one where they can just they're poured into and they can also pour out. Thank you for the food today. Use it to nourish our bodies and propel us all forward. And in your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay, so I get the privilege of introducing this year's chairs. Both of them are friends of mine. I think that they both bring different things to the table, which is perfect when you have a partnership and when you're coming in as a duo. Both of them are very creative. They come with, you're going to get to see some of their creativity in the video they're going to show you, and then also just in their campaign materials and their vision. They're very intelligent, and they bring a lot to the table. Both of them are full of hard work and energy and a real light for this community. So I'm excited about their passion to serve and each of you to get to experience what their vision and what they want to bring this year for the campaign. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Ashley Crump and Caitlin Hinckley.
To be here. I'm Ashley Crump and one of this year's co-chairs with my dearest friend Caitlin Hopkins, and I just wanted to share a little bit of backstory. So probably 5 or 6 years ago, I don't remember, Emily Glass invited me, or it may have been Christy, actually can't remember, kind of has all blurred together, to be a part of budget and allocations. So I said yes, and I had no idea what I was saying yes to. And I go in to serve on our budget and allocation committee. And that is where these organizations that we're giving to come in and we get to decide how to spend the money that United Way has raised, basically, and what the budget for that looks like. And we get to hear from each one of these organizations. And the first few come in and I'm just deeply impacted. But what I wasn't ready for was organizations that sewed into me as a child, and I benefited from their services as early as probably 7, 8, some later in my teens. And just, it was one of those huge moments just to sit at a table with someone who truly impacted my life. And so United Way quickly became just not something that I saw with a thermometer on the side of the road, but it became a life-changing organization that had given to many that had impacted me personally. And so to stand before you is just one of those full circle moments that I am deeply, deeply grateful for. And so with that being said, I'm really excited for you to hear about our campaign for the year. And I'm going to let Caitlin tell you all about that.
Yes, I'm Caitlin. If I haven't met you yet, I would love to meet you. I know we have some first-time helpers in the room. I myself am a first-time helper with United Way, and so it's nice to meet you. Anytime Ashley asks me to do anything, I just say yes. And so I'm really grateful for this yes, for this year, for Hopkins County United Way. And so thank you all for being here. Thank you for serving for the many years that many of you have served. And so I'm trying to get to Charlotte's level, you know. And so for this year's theme, we went through several ideas of like what we wanted it to be. It is hard to top Lindsay's from last year because it was so incredible. And so we went through a few ideas and we landed on something that we both feel really passionate about, which is our neighborhood. And so as you can see, our theme for this year is It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And so if you didn't know, this year is our 70th year of Hopkins County United Way, which is a big deal. And so this is 70 years of United Way being a good neighbor in Hopkins County. So we did do a video. Thank you, Chad's Media, for all your help. We will not be available for any acting contracts after this. Don't get any big ideas. We're not quitting our day jobs. But we just want to show you all the video to share the heart behind this year's theme. And then we'll get to some more info after that. So Lindsay, hit the lights.
Hi neighbor, I'm glad that we could be together again. I'm Ashley Crump and I'm Caitlin Hopkins, and we're this year's campaign co-chairs for the Hopkins County United Way campaign.
Our theme for this year's campaign is It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and we believe that Mr. Rogers said it best. All of us, at some time or other, need help. Whether we're giving or receiving help, each one of us has something valuable to bring to this world. That's one of the things that connects us as neighbors. In our own way, each one of us is a giver and a receiver. Donating to Hopkins County United Way helps our neighborhood in so many different ways, like feeding some of our neighbors who may be hungry, helping to protect and provide for our most vulnerable neighbors, and giving connection and community to many of our neighbors who need it the most.
So this year, we want to invite you as good neighbors to give where you live. As a child, I directly benefited from the services of United Way funds. I truly believe that I would not be as healthy emotionally and mentally, or be able to be the wife and the mom that I am without the help that I received through United Way.
Hopkins County is more than a neighborhood, it's home. This year marks our 70th year of Neighbors Helping Neighbors through Hopkins County United Way. All but 1.4% of all the money raised stays right here in Hopkins County to help local families, local programs, and local needs. You don't have to be part of an organization to give, because every neighbor and every dollar truly makes a difference.
Mr. Rogers once reminded us to look for the helpers, and today, you can be one of them.
So, neighbor, give where you live, be a good neighbor, and help us keep it a beautiful day in the neighborhood of Hopkins County. Later, neighbor.
Have a good day, neighbor.
So, don't call our agents or anything. But that is kind of the heart, is neighbors helping neighbors. And so now onto the information part of it. We do have, obviously, our lovely packets today for all of you. We have a few different things today, like our posters. If you have a business or know a business that would like to have a poster, we have those available for you. We also have these fun business cards. Also, thank you to Mike and Valerie Horn from Latson's for just making everything come to life. So we have these. If that's easier for you to hand to people, it has a QR code that goes directly to our website with all the information about this year and all the organizations that are benefiting. And then we also have a smoker raffle this year thanks to Sulphur Manufacturing Co. And so every board member has raffle tickets, and then you can also purchase them online. And so, but that's also on the QR code. And so if you know someone who likes to smoke meats or needs maybe a chance at a good Christmas gift, you can purchase that through there. And so before we wrap up, we do have some more thank yous, and Ashley will do those.
Well, thank each and every one of you personally, because you guys are the backbones, and you're just every packet, every call, every visit is making a huge difference. And one of you years ago made a difference in my life, and I just feel so grateful for that. A big special thank you to the Dairy Museum for letting us have the event here. A very special thank you to Chris Voorhees for sponsoring today's lunch. And Sandy Wallace put together all the catering for us with Plain Fancy, so thank her. Mike Horn, Caitlin thanked him, but thank you. Everything is beautiful and it's perfect as always, and we're just really thankful. Just a little bit for you. Dan, thank you for being here and taking all of our photos. Emily and Charlotte, wherever y'all went. Thank y'all for being the best hostess ever. And of course, all of our media for attending and doing all the coverage for the campaign. Chloe Copel with Front Porch News, Enola Gay with the News Telegram, Haley Hill from Best Version Media and Neighbors of Sulphur Springs, and Matt Jansen from KSST. And most importantly, we could not do any of this without Susan Burning, and we are just so thankful for you. We love you so much, and you just keep all of our heads on straight, and we're just super thankful for everything that you do. Okay.
Okay. Shout out to everything unique. Okay, so I'm subbing in for Susan on some of this today, but so bear with me if I miss something, or if I'm not clear, raise me and call me out. Susan can flag me down too. So, mostly like we've said, thank you for being here. Truly, you guys are the hands and the feet of what happens, and without you, it doesn't happen the way that it does. And so, this has been one of my favorite volunteer things that I've done, because I think that it's pretty easy, it's pretty low energy level, like as far as the commitment goes, and so, but it's so important. It makes a huge impact. So just know while you're driving around, know that we're so grateful, and like I said, I truly hope that all of your interactions are really neat and fun, and I had some great conversations or have in the past, so fun. Okay, so up here, you will, just like always, if you've done this before, there are bags that have your name on them, and they are full of your packets that we're asking you to deliver. Each of those are very well labeled, they're organized. There's a sheet that totals everyone that you're giving packets to. It has all their businesses listed. That's really just for your own reference, so you can kind of like check yours off as you go, however you need to do that to keep you on track. There's also usually some helpful notes from Susan if there's a business that's maybe new or hasn't given in a couple of years, or maybe just ask for something special. So all of that should be included on your packet. In the event, especially on the new businesses, one of the things that's so important is to explain to them, what we do and why we're even showing up at their door. So pull out your little brochure. It's very informative, it's pretty compact, but all of the organizations are in there, what they do, how much money we gave them, and kind of why we're in partnership with them. So kind of explain that, especially on the new people. And then one more thing to remember always is that all but 1.4% of that money stays right here in Hopkins County. So that's a really big deal, and kind of a misnomer about United Way with a lot of people is they think it kind of all goes to one big umbrella and gets dispersed back, and that's not true. We pay a really low percentage, that 1.4%, and we get to keep everything else. So it never leaves our hands, and it gets distributed exactly as we say. There is a white card included in there, and if you could ask the businesses to go ahead and complete that for you, it just notes cash check, if they're doing PayPal, Venmo, payroll deduction, whatever. Especially on the PayPal, Venmo stuff, it's hard for us to track that if they don't write anything in the notes when they make those payments. So if they fill out that white card, it's really easy for us to track and keep up with. Their previous year donation is also listed. If nothing is listed, it just means that they didn't contribute last year, or maybe it was an amount from a couple years before. That's also notated on it for you. There's one more little note. Sorry, I have an example to hold up, and I left it. So Ashley and Caitlin attached a personal note to the front of each of the packets that you're going to deliver, and it just is a great way for them to kind of share their heart and also reiterate like how important the gifts are for all of us. Let's see. So if you are working a place of business, you can bring like the blue payroll deduction cards, go to the payroll departments. The white cards come back to us. Okay. And then keep in mind, if you work for a big organization and or have a connection there, Ashley and Caitlin would love to come speak and give an overview of what United Way is doing, of our goal this year. It is bigger, and just would love to talk about that and share their vision. Those talks can be really impactful and really give people a personal connection. So it's fun to do them, and also they're usually really well received, and people learn something if they're listening. So feel free to reach out to any of us, and we can get those things scheduled. Mostly we need you guys to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. So after today, the sooner that you get your packets back to us, the better. So it just helps us stay ahead of the curve and front load as much as we possibly can, because it helps us know where we're at on our goal, etc. So on your forms, on your packet, on the front here, there's a spot for you to write your phone number and your name, and then also the date that you're going to return to pick them up. Those are the things highlighted in blue. Your name may already be on the packet, but some of you are working in teams, and so we put names if you're working in teams, but the rest of you, your names are probably already in there. But just leaving your phone number and kind of an estimated date of your return, even if you don't make it on that day, as long as you're close, they know they kind of have a deadline. That will help you not have to go back multiple times, and it will help them know when they got to get that check in there or be ready to see you again. We will have weekly meetings starting October 1st. It's a Wednesday at 9 a.m. And then she's going to email out all those dates to you so that you'll have them, but that's when we start kind of counting. That first one is on a Wednesday. The last one will be on a Wednesday, but everything else is a Tuesday. Kind of weird just the way the calendar falls with holidays, and the calendar's kind of weird this year. So 2 on Wednesdays, first and last, everything in the middle is Tuesday. They're really quick meetings, but they're fun. Just a fun way to encourage Ashley and Caitlin as we start counting money and moving forward. Susan always likes to share that, this, while it's not a designated ministry of Hopkins County, like it truly is. And we have said that in that saying, you guys are the hands and feet, and we do want you to just remember that what you're doing is for a much bigger picture. And it is about our neighbors. And I think especially, right now, if everybody can see everybody as people and as our neighbors, there's a lot less dissension among people when you see them as people, instead of as something different than you. So I just want to encourage you that when you're out, and even if it's if you get somebody that you're like, ooh, look at it as an opportunity to really see that person as a human and as your neighbor, and to really just take an opportunity to love on them, because that might just be what they need and what you need from them. So any questions about any of that? I also do have raffle tickets for sale today if you want them. They are 1 for $20 or 6 for $100. So if you want those today, I can do that for you today also. I will be here. Your packets are all here. We will help guide you. If you're new, if none of this makes any sense, just come find me, I'll try to do a better job. Or I'll give you someone who speaks more linear than I do. Okay?
You do great.
Just say something.
So not used to not being able to stand up and talk to you all. I woke up not feeling well, and I just wanted to thank Lindsay and Ashley and Caitlin. About an hour before I came, I texted them just to give them a heads up of what was going on with me. And I know I'll be fine, but I hate that I didn't get to share my part with you all like I normally do. Thank you, Lindsay, for your great leadership, for always making sound and wise decisions for our local United Way. I'm so grateful for you. And I'll just echo everything that she said about you, Ashley, and about you, Caitlin, your giftedness, your creativity, your heart for people, your heart to serve. I know that it's going to be an amazing campaign, and I'm so happy to get to be a part of the team that personally will say, we have your back, so thank you for that today. But also knowing that we, along with all of you, the helpers, I know without a doubt are going to not only meet that $170,000 goal, but I fully believe that with the Lord's blessings and with our hard work that we're going to exceed that. And that money is going to do amazing things next year in our community through the 17 different organizations that this campaign will help support. So thank you for saying yes to being one of our helpers. We're so grateful.
Okay, come see us, pick up your packets, be on your way.